Hey there, it's Anne-Marie with Light Happy Life. I am so excited because I'm here today with Joia Gibble, and she's talking about a topic that I absolutely love, which is emotional mindfulness. So emotions are so key in understanding how our mindfulness practice and all of our day-to-day lives impact us. So with that, I'll introduce Joia. Hey, Joia.
Hello, thank you for having me.
I'm so glad you're here. So Joia, tell me a little bit about your story and how you get started with emotional mindfulness.
Sure, well, what happened was several years ago, I found myself in a situation that I didn't want to be in. It was a situation that I didn't plan on being in, and things weren't going my way. And really, I was giving my power away, and I gave my power away to somebody who just took advantage of it. And like I said, things went in a direction that I didn't want to go in. So I really had to come back to myself in a really strong way. I had to let go of a lot of the attachments that I had to this person and to a certain way of life, and just really started exploring how to find happiness within myself, regardless of what was going on outside of me.
Cool. Yeah. And that's so important. So many light, happy life of our audience has gone through either loss, divorce, a major breakup with a partner, like something, and even a transition of life when the kids are a little bit older, getting out of school. And it's literally, you find yourself at a point where you feel lost. You feel like, I don't know what to do. I don't know who my identity is. And your emotions are probably all over the place. So talk to me a little bit about how your emotions are tied into that experience.
Well, our emotions are really important, and they sometimes can either be seen as a burden or as something to be celebrated. But in addition to that, they are actually a tool that we can use to understand ourselves and to understand what our true essence is, and whether or not we're in alignment with what is our true passion and our the path that our higher self might have wanted us to take to be here. So for one thing, our emotions, we feel with our body. We feel emotions in our body. And so our body holds a lot of information for us in terms of coming to understand our emotions, and then from there, learning how to heal the ones that we don't want anymore, and to cultivate the emotions that we do want. And we use our mind to look at these emotions. So, when you feel anger, you might say to yourself, I feel anger. But if you can take it one step further and say, where do I feel this anger in my body? And recognize it and honor it. And then now you're using your mind to um, to learn and understand your emotions better.
Nice. Yeah, I like that a lot. So as you know, I'm also a yoga instructor. And so I see so many people come in and they have certain areas of their body that are really tight. So for example, like tight hips is something I see in women so much. And it makes so much sense because of how women are designed, right? Not only from a geometric perspective, but our hips are designed to help bear children, to help, hold the world, hold everything, right? And it's so true. And it's one of those things where it's like, that's such an incredible tool. So if somebody's feeling, let's say, very negative, right? Like they're just feeling like, I'm stuck, I can't move forward, I can't do anything. What would you say to somebody who's having that type of an emotional signal?
First, the first thing to do is to honor your emotions. So while you're feeling a negative emotion, don't try to push it away. Don't try to deny it. But while you're feeling something, go ahead and really feel it. And it might be in that moment, or it might be afterwards when the negative emotion has subsided just a little bit. But again, there is going to be a point where you want to use this amazing resource, which is your mind, to again take an intelligent look at what's going on and to ask yourself those kinds of questions. And coming back to the body again with the emotions, to ask yourself, where do I feel this in my body? What does it look like? And then another really important question is, what other kinds of situations come to mind when I feel this emotion? And now you're really starting to look at the original root cause of an emotion, or how it might be connected to lots of different areas of your life. You might be mad about you might seem to be mad about one single thing, but when you start to really look at it, in my work, I see all the time that your feelings, there's usually a parallel between what's going on in your moment right now and then something similar that's either happened to you earlier on in your life, or something similar that's happening to you in another area of your life. So the things really are strongly connected. And as soon as you start to unravel one, you'll see how everything is connected, and you can affect all areas of your life in a really positive way. Again, just by taking that extra step to not only honor your feelings, but to ask yourself some really important questions and to be really honest with yourself when you answer them.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I know for me, just in my own personality, and I don't want to say I don't share about myself, because I do, but it's one of those things where I like to focus on the person who's watching this and how we can help them. But for me, I know when I have an experience of a negative emotion, or what am I feeling, like, I know that for me is a sign. Like, I look at it almost like a street sign. It's like, that's a sign, meaning I need to do something. I need to be aware of what that sign is, right? It's okay for me to have like a pity party, a crying party for a little bit, because again, you have to honor it and you have to let it work through. And then you have to take a step and say, what is the next thing that I can do? Yeah. So I really love your approach on that. So what do you have this phrase that you call emotional fitness. I'm like, is it emotional? Bicep curls? So tell me a little bit about that.
Sure. Well, emotional fitness, like mindfulness and like yoga, is a practice. It's something you practice. And the way that I describe emotional fitness, or the way that I define it, it's an ability to look at the way that you feel in a way that you can come to understand it, and then come to learn and grow from that.
I love it. I love it. And so you also have a free program for people who are interested called, I believe it's called Emotional Boot Camp, right? Tagging on that fitness. Not to be scared. They're not going to be doing burpees. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about Emotional Boot Camp.
Sure. So it's a 10-day emotional fitness boot camp. So again, what we're doing is we're practicing using these muscles when it comes to our emotions. So each day you get an email straight to your inbox, and they're very short exercises. They're designed to be 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes if you want to spend 10 minutes on them. But for example, one of the first things that I always teach people is how to ground yourself. And what I mean by ground yourself is to ground your energy. And what we do when we ground our energy is we have a deep connection to the earth, and the earth has this amazing capacity to absorb the energy that we no longer want. So you can literally allow the earth, just by the power of your mind, just by having the intention and visualizing this happening, the earth will absorb the negative energy from your body, from your aura, from your mind, whether this is somebody else's energy that you might have unknowingly taken on, or whether this is your energy that is just no longer serving you anymore. So that's just an example of a short practice that comes out on day one with the 10-day emotional fitness bootcamp. And then we move on to practices such as gratitude, and we practice spending just a few minutes at your heart center. And again, these are all muscles that you're going to build over time.
Oh, I love it. I literally, so I know the users couldn't see me when you were talking, but I literally, when you were talking about that, just took a big sigh. I went, ah. So that is so beautiful. So now here's the question that I'm asking everybody. What is your secret to a light, happy life?
My secret to a light, happy life is to make the choice. And it's really that simple. And I know that when people are not feeling light and happy, that it can be kind of frustrating to hear, well, just make the choice. And I'm just going to say it again, that the choice is really important, because everything else will follow behind your choice to be happy. The right tools will come to you. You will start to see the good in people. You will start to celebrate and appreciate the people in your life who are really great and really important to you. And the other people who are not serving you so well will start to drop off. All that will start to happen as soon as you make that choice. And you have to be fierce about it. You have to really hold on to this decision that you've made for yourself, and guard it and protect it and nurture it and cultivate it.
I love that. I love it. Thank you. You are such a beautiful soul. Thank you so much for sharing your time with myself and all of our viewers today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Anne-Marie.